What's good, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. You know, I had to do it. Watch Black Panther. So I'm going to give you my review. Uncle Hotep's movie review. And I do some music ones. I haven't done too many movie reviews, but this is such a cinematic moment. You know, a cultural phenomena. So I have to give my 2 cents into it. Plus, I'm a comic book reader. Back in the days when comic books reading was, I don't know, not as mainstream as it is now. But, so, you know, I take an interest in those comic book movies. I mean, it was a different time back in the 80s and 90s. But anyway, about the film. Now, there's two different things I want to talk about here. I want to talk about the reaction. There's two different things about this. There's a reaction to the movie. You know how black folks they was getting dressed up. I seen people barbecuing in the theater. I seen people had the Coming to America garb on, the bull with the lion's head on the shoulder. You know, I seen a whole bunch of craziness. You know, the dashikis was out. You know what I mean? I didn't see the white guy with the dashiki on. You know. You know, they can make stuff. You know, the powers that be can make something viral. You know what I mean? And is it too much for me? Yeah, it is, obviously. But to the film, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now the bar, I think, for comic book films are like, you know, for DC, I think probably The Dark Knight is probably the best one. I think majority of people agree with that. I think Marvel, Winter Soldier is probably the best Marvel. I'm not sure about which one is better between those two. I never even thought about that. Usually people like try to separate it, DC and Marvel. You know what I mean? You know, Marvel has a lot more movies, I guess. I definitely, in my eyes, they're almost about the same. I think Winter Soldier is probably my favorite. But Dark Knight, you know, it's been like, I don't know, it was such a performance by Heath Ledger. You know, it was great. You know, so that's got to probably be up there too. They're almost about even, I guess. But you know, this comes close. This comes close to Winter Soldier. I'm not sure if it's on par. You know, I would have did a couple things differently. But it's pretty good. I'd almost say it was. I think they killed Clue. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it, go watch the bootleg if you haven't seen it, you lazy bastards. Anyway, Clue, you know, one of the villains in the movie, I think he got killed too early. You know what I mean? I think they could have stretched that out a little bit more. It almost seemed like it was like maybe the first 45 minutes of the film, hour maybe. I think maybe I killed it. I thought it was a little bit too early. I thought they could stretch it out a little more. You know, the scening was decent. The fight scenes were okay. Were good. You know, Michael B. Jordan really played a great villain. You know, the Shine doesn't think Killmonger's a villain. The Shine is in love with Killmonger. I even seen Jamel Lemieux talking about Team Killmonger. You know, because, you know, in the film Killmonger, you know, a little story to it, you know, I guess the Killmonger's father and T'Challa's father or brothers, you know, in Killmonger's father ended up in Oakland. You know, it had his son, and then, you know, he was trying to, you know, his dad came over and T'Challa's dad ended up killing his brother, you know, and they left the kid there. Killmonger, you know, I mean, he grew up with this hatred, and he wanted to come back and get the crown of Wakanda. So that's the premise of the story, you know. But I think they had a different villain, Clue, a white guy with a claw hand or whatever like that. Like he's been, I think I read a book where he was the one that killed T'Challa's father. I think, yeah, he was. But you know, in the movieverse, it's a little different. But I thought they could have kept him alive a little bit longer. But back to Killmonger. He is of the essence of, Wakanda should be conquering the world. They should be freeing all the black people in the world that are oppressed. He's not an isolationist as Wakanda is right now. Wakanda has been an isolationist country for, its existence. They don't even mess with the other African countries. They got all this technology. They got flying saucers and everything. They don't even help the other African countries. They're like, yeah, hold your own, HYON, hold your own nuts. And, Killmonger said, hey, man, there's black people oppressed all over the world. He wanted the crown for himself. He wanted to take the crown so he can use the weapons that the Wakandans have and destroy, the colonizers, you know what I mean? And, the African American, the Yakata, the Shine, they love that talk. It's crazy. Because I watched, I'm like, because I seen everybody was like, oh, Team Killmonger. I'm like, they liked his ideas. They just think he went about it the wrong way. In the movie Killmonger, he kills, a couple black people in the film. I find it funny. He's trying to save black people, but he ends up killing a whole lot of them. He says the excuse he even killed blacks to get to Wakanda so he can have a shot to win the crown. It's it's amazing. It just shows you that. Now a lot of people are saying that's like a Malcolm and Martin type of symbolism, or with Killmonger and T'Challa. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Definitely, Killmonger was on the militant end of the black spectrum. I don't get it. I love my black people, my black Americans, but I think sometimes we eat the propaganda up too much. I think like the Killmongers of the world would have us believing that every white person is out to get your black ass or something like that. You know what I mean? There was like a war. There's a war between blacks and whites in the United States of America. Now, don't get me wrong. There are powerful forces that be, the elves, the brackets, the lizardmen, whatever you want to call them. That will take advantage of racial differences and try to pit races against each other. But as far as a plot that we're all worldwide oppressed. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? But that's what kills me about that. But be prepared to see some Team Killmonger stuff out there. Even though I do think he played a great role, Michael B. Jordan. He played it real well. I'm not gonna hold you. There were some great acting moments from him in the movie. At the end, he says, "Bury me at sea, in the ocean, with my ancestors who jumped from ships because they knew death was better than bondage." Joker's in the college talking about they cried from this line. It's semi deep, fake deep. That's a double-edged sword here. With you can either die or you can survive. You know what I mean? If that was the case for the majority, the majority of blacks wouldn't even be in this country. We wouldn't survive. We wouldn't exist. God damn it! You know what I mean? Should you fight for the death? Yeah, but you got captured. Yeah, I think this goes back to the whole slavery thing. I think black Americans look at it the wrong way. As a racial thing instead of it was a slave owner thing. That's been played out several times through human history. But you know how it is in 2018. It's got to be a racial thing, but when it's actually not. But it was a good movie. I recommend it. I don't really have any big faults with it. Did it match what the people are saying? I don't know. It kind of got there, you know. I think it almost put it out with Get Out. You know, the hype for Get Out was, but it's a little bit better than Get Out. You know, Get Out was like everybody was saying it was the greatest movie ever made. I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, you know, so I go and watch it, and I'm like, it's good, but with the Shine community, if something is good, then it's great. We love to embellish things. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no better talker than African American Diakata the Shine. You know what I mean? But I think it was pretty good. It was good. Now all this other stuff with it, man, like I think people raised like $500,000 for kids over the country to go see the movie and all this other stuff. You know, I don't know. You know, at one point I was watching it, you know, and I felt like I can see what people like that are taking this seriously are seeing. You know, me I've lived in America all my life. Well, at the time from when I was in the Air Force, but you know, I mean, that's a different story. But I'm an Akata. You know what I mean? I like to say, you know, a lot of y'all say, on Twitter, like I say Akata and everything else. But you know, I mean, some people mistake me for being from the motherland, but I'm not. I'm American. I mean, my dad was from North Carolina, my mom's from Virginia. You can't get any more of a nog than that. You know what I mean? Akata, a black American than that. That's primo black American, I guess. You know, if you've been black in this country, you can see, and you looked at Hollywood. You should. I mean, I don't think we should be taking Hollywood as serious as we do, but The Shine does. You know, it was something like, wow. You know what I mean? It was like it was a big budget movie with all black characters. All black characters revolving around a black story. You know. It's sort of different than you'll see with those other blockbusters. You might see one or two or three, but it's reverse, because normally it's the reverse, or like how it used to be. It's not. My diversity has come along. That's like which Batmans were they? Was it Michael Keaton? What's the guy who played Batman? One of them guys that was Schwarzenegger with the he was Iceman and the Penguin. Back in those days, I remember we was watching it at my buddy's house, and it was like there was no black people in the movie, right? I was like, nah, there was one, right? Because I seen it. I was like, there was a whole crowd. There was one black person in that whole crowd. But you know, today it's like, you know, they try to mix and mash and put every persuasion in a film and stuff like that. This is a hard back to that, except it was diverse. I think there was only really 3 white characters in the film. But you know, I can see, I kind of see what the people are hype about. Still, you're just making Marvel money. Yeah, I know it's just a movie review, but I just want to put this in there. You know, I think you gotta take it with a grain of salt. And movies are. And the one thing I want to say, somebody had tweeted this, man, and hold up, I want to get it right, because I favorited it. Yes, indeed, I favorited this one. Let me read it to y'all. Oh, maybe I didn't. Damn. Oh, wait, I tweeted it. Sorry. Bear with me. Okay. If we say Black Panther is just a movie, y'all say it's good representation. Now we say rap music is bad representation, and y'all say it's just music. So it's got to be one or the other. You know, you can't be with. Now a lot of people are saying it's important because we need to see black people on film in major roles and stuff like that. You'll say we need good representation because it's important. But you know, when we go on mod music, you know, the today's hip hop and how it's degenerate, y'all just say it's just music. You can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? Even if you're saying this is a good representation, you need to see this. Then you need to clean up other parts of your culture what other people see. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? If it's important to see y'all, if it's important to see blacks successful in a fictional story of Wakanda, which is a primo one of the best country in the world in this fictional world of Marvel, then it should be important to eliminate the bad representation in the music and everything else, because that's putting out bad vibes. That's what you're saying. I mean, that's what you should be saying. But y'all want to take a leap of faith on a movie, but won't fix our own culture where it needs to be fixed. If you're saying you need representation, this guy said this. It's crazy. But anyway, it was a good film. I would give it 9 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, like I said, but it was good. You know, I would have changed a couple things. You know, and the director, he's from Oakland. You know what I mean? And you know, he had probably had to put that in the film and stuff like that. I wish it would have kept him in the Harlem roots. You know, Harlem has changed now. So. But anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. This is my review of Black Panther. Peace.